For today's yoga snack, I want to give a couple of helpful tips regarding Warrior 2. The reason is because this is a pose that you typically see a lot in Vinyasa style group classes today, but it's one of those poses that because it's so commonly seen, I think a lot of people feel like they know how to do it, but then don't quite understand all that's going on. So I hope that these feel helpful. If you want to practice it, go ahead, set up your space, and we'll get going. Warrior 2, you can get into it a million different ways, but we're just going to get into it from a standing position for the sake of today's video. I'm going to turn my front toes so they're straight ahead, and then my back foot's going to be at 90 degrees. I'm going to bend into that front knee, so I'm going to adjust as I need to make sure that that front knee is over the ankle. And then I really want to think about building this pose from the ground up. So first and foremost, my alignment, that front heel is intersecting the back arch. Reason I want to have that set up is because this is an external position of the hips. I'm not trying to crank that hip forward like a crescent or Warrior 1. So I want there to be this opening out, and part of that is where I get that feet alignment set up. Then I want to think about activating the feet here, not so much gripping the toes, but just feeling the entire circumference of both feet firmly pressing into the earth. You might notice that you feel the weight a little bit more on the internal part of the foot, maybe external, but you want to think that both feet are firmly pressing with an even amount of pressure. And imagine starting to draw my heels towards each other isometrically. So with that, it's going to start to engage the inner thighs a little bit. That back leg is going to be super active. A lot of times you might see kind of slight bend in those knees. I don't know if you can tell that on camera. But you want to make sure that you're not locking the leg out, but that quad and hamstring glute are all super engaged here. If you want to add in some pelvic floor awareness, you can act like you're trying to stop yourself going from the bathroom and squeeze those muscles together. So there's all of this stuff going on to offer support for the body. Continue that awareness up. So I'm going to knit the rib cage in. Keep the core super active, so that's also going to help so that I'm not overarching the lumbar. But I'm going to draw this in, which lengthens the tailbone, creating a more neutral position in the spine. I want to add those arms if that feels available for the shoulders. I can reach those fingers energetically, like I'm trying to press something away. So there's activation in my biceps and triceps. I can start to turn the gaze, finding a steadiness here, a drishti. I can also close the eyes and just allow the pose to marinate in the body. Full muscle activation here. It's not just the legs, but it's everything from core to arms, head to toe, full awareness, and then setting back into those smooth inhales and exhales through the nose. You come out of that, switch it to the other side, finding your setup, and then notice if you can apply those same points of awareness, maybe sooner than not. Getting into that shape to find stillness. Once you have that steadiness, again, option to close the eyes here, and just noticing how that feels to really settle into this shape. See if those tips work for you. Try it out. Warrior 2, again, can be a full body type of experience. It's not only building strength in the bones and the joints and the muscles, but also helping to lengthen the back leg as well as the arms, and then focusing on the breath, finding this balance between ease and effort. Lots of good stuff going on there. If you have questions, please reach out, and I'll see you next time.